Item number SCP-3793. Object Class Safe. Special Containment Procedures. SCP-3793 is to be contained in a properly placed containment locker on Site-62's Physical Media Storage Center. While magnetic media naturally deteriorates over a period of decades, SCP-3793 has shown no observable time-induced decay of its space materials, nor a reduced level of audio integrity and quality due to age or repeated playbacks. Nevertheless, care is advised when handling SCP-3793 due to its current state, and local temperature and humidity conditions should still be observed to prevent possible material degradation. Should SCP-3793's anomalous properties be activated by a C-Play event, Site-62's Emergency Task Force should be deployed in 2 units. Fixers, designated to quickly address sources of structural damage, fires, damaged electrical wiring, damaged piping/plumbing and subsequent floods, etc. Protect and recover on-site documentation and prevent potential containment breaches. Toreros, designated to lure SCP-3793, 225, and consequently SCP-3793-1 into locations where the amount of damage incurred by a C-Play event can be kept to a minimum. Personnel are advised to wear eye protection, preferably gas masks, flame-retardant clothing and moderate protective padding during a C-Play event. Standard evacuation procedures apply if the site is flooded or incinerated. When active, SCP-3793-1 has been observed to roam anywhere within a radius of 15 kilometers of distance outward from SCP-3793's current position. As such, Toreros are encouraged to move SCP-3793 away from its origin point in order to force SCP-3793-1 to 5 outside of a pre-delineated risk perimeter. Description: SCP-3793 is a slightly damaged cassette tape, dating from circa 1983, containing 32 minutes of audio from an unknown early 1980s musical group called Men of Squiller. SCP-3793's anomalous effects are manifested when its audio is reproduced by any cassette player that is allowed to perform its tracks for a time span of 207 minutes. Digital copies generated by the Foundation have failed to exhibit any anomalous properties, as well as any instrumental renditions of SCP-3793's contents. Mechanically faulty cassette players, leading to stuttering and skipping of audio sections, also prevent SCP-3793's anomalous effects from taking place. When SCP-3793's audio is reproduced for the amount of necessary time, a C-Play event takes place. During an active C-Play event, the following phenomena occurs. Audio playback of SCP-3793's contents continues up to its conclusion at the 32 minutes mark. Attempting to pause, stop, rewind or accelerate SCP-3793 results in no audible change, despite the cassette tape being fully manipulable in a physical fashion. Removing SCP-3793 from its current cassette player or reinserting it into a different player also produces no observable change. The audio source is unknown, as observed decibel levels remain constant throughout SCP-3793's effective radius. After approximately 8 seconds of a C-Play event starting, SCP-3793-125 will manifest within close vicinity of SCP-3793. SCP-3793-125 will be manifest at the end of a C-Play event. SCP-3793-1 is the designation given to what appears to be an extensively damaged 1978 Ford Fairmont four-door sedan. Several parts of SCP-3793-1 seem to be missing or ruptured, as its hood, doors and several parts of its engine configuration are absent or broken. SCP-3793-1 constantly generates a thick billow of smoke from inside its engine, heavily obscuring SCP-3793-1 and the area immediately beside it. SCP-3793-225 refers to SCP-3793-1's occupants. SCP-3793-225 are four humanoid figures, each exhibiting varying degrees of injuries ranging from minor lacerations to extensive eschar crusts and exposed bone tissue. Details about SCP-3793-225 have been difficult to assert, as SCP-3793-1's nature largely prevents observation, and most attempts at communication, since perceived provocations, have been unsuccessful. Once active, each of the entities within SCP-3793-1 will engage in destructive vandalism of their immediate surroundings. SCP-3793-1 has been observed to be capable of accelerating to speeds upwards of 260 km per hour and performing maneuvers inconsistent with its expected mechanical capabilities. SCP-3793-125 seem largely unaffected by the presence of physical matter in their trajected path and are presumably incorporeal, as physical matter remains unaltered upon contact with SCP-3793-125. However, objects produced by SCP-3793-225 have the same physical properties as any normal iterations of those, and should be handled as such. Throughout C-Play events, SCP-3793-225 have been shown capable of producing a wide variety of extemporaneous projectiles, and have barraged Foundation personnel with objects such as large arrays of glass bottles, various types of debris such as splintered wood, concrete patches and severed pipes. Car parts, presumably from SCP-3793-1 itself. Comestibles such as nuggets and beef jerky. Assorted electronics, such as PMP cassette players, digital watches and still cameras. Notably, SCP-3793-225 did not produce any electronics that were not commercialized before 1983. Feces corresponding to multiple species, such as Mephitis and Phoca. Chemical compounds stored in assorted containers, mostly being petrochemicals. Memorabilia such as snow globes and matryoshka dolls. In rare circumstances, SCP-3793-225 have also been observed manipulating on-site items and employing them alongside generated objects. For the duration of a C-Play event, SCP-3793-125 will seek to inflict escalating damage to their current environment. Due to the fact that SCP-3793-125 are seemingly incorporeal and capable of materializing a wide range of objects, it is not uncommon for SCP-3793-125 to sever and damage infrastructure and sensitive systems from within, usually by targeting or accidentally physically displacing cables and piping installed inside walls or at an underground level. SCP-3793-225 seemingly haven't proactively pursued life-threatening injuries to bystanders but are thought to be sapient and respond to any perceived provocations, usually by focusing barrages on temporary targets before continuing with generalized damage. While efforts to halt or stall SCP-3793-125 have proven ineffective, drawing attention to individuals acting as lures has helped in efforts to mitigate environmental damage. Discovery: SCP-3793 was recovered by the Foundation in 1985 at the outskirts of the Fort St. Range Narration Station in Platteville, Colorado. Following reports by the station staff of unusual activity from men claiming to be security inspectors, the local police force was contacted and began a brief investigation. Shortly after, law enforcement located and confronted a small group of people setting up an observation camp at the outskirts of the facility. Several suspects were arrested, and amongst the items recovered, SCP-3793 was found alongside a number of maps, floor plans and blueprints of several facilities and buildings throughout North America. Investigations on the motivations and background of this group remain inconclusive.